and today. There's so many other things going on, giveaways, lucky draws, but I do want to talk about the game before we actually go into it. I think one of the notable things is that Izanagi had a very long ride in the beginning of the game. Did you see him like go around the map, like 2 rounds? But then he managed to connect with, I think, Moskov earlier, and then he managed to pick up a kill. But on the other side, Moskov has been amazing. Moskov and Chao, these guys have been phenomenal. What do you guys think?
I feel like Moskov and Chao were on point. Like they initiated, they ended the game, but the rest of the members keep overcommitting in the lanes or the team fights. And you notice that if they were to overcommit, they don't have that particular escape plan. Like what happens if we fail, let's say one member down, let's try not to get killed again or get butchered by Team Eksdi. And you know, they did not have the escape plan and they all just fall apart. So even though with Chao and Moskov stepping up for the team, the rest of the team members were a bit lackluster from behind.
Alright, KBC, right now, before we talk about the game, we can see that someone is trying the Sledgehammer games. And there's me, that's my hand, right over there.
Beach is here.
Enjoy Beach.
Yeah,
right, there you go.
And everyone here in your house, are you guys feeling it?
Everybody, come on, come on, yeah!
A wave, Mexican wave.
Okay, how many of you guys are Team Eksdi fans? Let's go!
Hey?
Hey?
What's happening?
Let me try.
Maybe, okay, how about we try MY3? How many of you guys are MYA3? Let's go! Okay,
nice.
Team Eksdi! Yeah, we got a little bit more there. I think the first time maybe they couldn't hear. But let's talk about the game, and we are into the game.
We are back into the game. Wow, I think the play has been impressive coming from Team Eksdi so far. And
Kagura! Kagura is coming in again, even though with a slit of health, trying to end Jeremy's life, but it isn't enough as both Pylos and Kagura will fall back. And this is very, very, very interesting. I feel like there's a lot of engagements, a very close quarter engagements that somewhat could...
Right here, and we'll find Chao in the bush. It's as if he almost knew that Chao was just hiding in the bush right there, but nothing. There's no follow-up, you know, but they are waiting for teams to come. Lancelot and Karina are standing by already.
Fanny is there.
Fanny is also here waiting for the right time to rush in and...
Members are in and go. Let's get the fight starting already. Jeremy starting off with the Pierce of Armor. But then MYA3 are in a lot of trouble with the Fanny Annoyance coming in, slicing and dicing. Looking at Karina so low. However, Johnson with the grab car connects, even though it's a short change of right. And now Archive will be taken down by Fanny. Look at that Moskov managed to take down one turret, correct me if I'm wrong, Peach. But he will have to fall back because he is melted down to the ground and he will survive for the round.
What we want to see, but they're also low on health. They are going to the Lord. And Chao is gonna come and do a check. Like, guys, someone needs to check this.
Oh
my god!
My goodness!
Moskov is insane!
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like that, you don't like Mobile Legends Bang Bang action because the Lord has been taken by Team Eksdi.
MYA3, you need to stop being so reckless. It looks like there is a follow-up. Lancelot secures 2 kills. Double kill. Finally, he is showing some action, you know, some blood war right here.
And the Lord now runs onto the blood of Team Eksdi. Team Eksdi, even though that team fight doesn't seem like a very good team fight for them, but then the objective has been taken, Lord has been coming, and they're going to march their way into the fortress of Team MYA3.
Wow,
Unsa taken down already. Then Natalia, even though not the most productive Natalia I've seen, but he has done his work. You can see that the scoreboard is 1-2-5. I was expecting Natalia to be a bit more onto kills, but when you have 3 assassins to share the, 2 assassins to share the load, I think Fanny could have just helped out with the job of killing off or finishing off members.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about yesterday. When you have so many assassins on board, you need to figure out, you know, who to prioritize, you know, the kills, farm, you know, the jungle and all that. So it is something that you really have to plan carefully. You could have a roaming assassin. It looks like Izanagi has a lot of business today, grabbing all over the place.
He's a millionaire right now with the grab car, and he will spot.
Oh my god, that was so close! But he
Oh my
will
goodness.
try.
And he might be going another round. Yeah, he is.
But the action is going on in the middle. He wants to go back right in the middle.
Yeah.
This moment, but it looks like he just stops at the turret and he's just gonna play it safe.
And even though he stops his car driving skills, he gave out information that, you know, somewhat MY83 is around that proximity of the area, so that's actually really good connection. And that's why, you know, Fanny wanting to go for the turret, but it was a little too late. MY83 already set their ground for the defenses.
Yeah, I think Johnson is actually doing a great job in predicting where MY83 is hiding.
Giving information as well. That's the most
yeah,
important
definitely. So he's actually doing a pretty good job. It's just that he probably needs to fix his driving a little.
Bit of an angle to the left.
Oh, this is no, Neo will leave the car.
And here comes Izanagi again with the grab car. Has been the main focus. Can he connect to one guy and not again? Down to the wall, and perhaps that was actually a decent wall if he was failing over there to that wall, and he would be get melted down by the other three heroes of MYA3.
I think Team Eksdi is just really scaring off MYA3. They're playing it really safe, but it is a good reminder. Istanker wants some blood, he wants some action, but I'm not sure what is he trying to do right here. So much of mistake.
Yeah, it's a mistake, and now Team Eksdi will punish his mistakes. Into a damn Kagura comes in for the archive kill. Then Karina wants to do something, but it isn't enough. Here comes Lancelot, slicing and dicing, but instead he gets butchered down and he'll run away for safety. Chow kicking off Kagura, and the rest of the teams might leave. And again, Izanagi with that knock on the wall grab car failure.
He needs driving license.
He really needs some coffee as well. Perhaps he's a bit sober.
Probably.
Yeah.
Lord is coming up in about 15 seconds. They will go for Lord. I think Natalia is just staying really near the Lord area. I guess in a way it's to find out if the opponent, MYA3 wants the Lord or not. Or maybe, they could possibly go for it actually, but why not?
Yeah,
They did come back, they were on a goal loss.
Yes.
They were on a kill loss.
And now it's nearly equal.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Team Eksdi is just doing really good in terms of maintaining their aggression, but not being reckless at the same time.
Correct. So there's the part where you feel like you're overcautious, which gives you loses you the opportunity to strike back. So that's one of the things. And Izanagi driving again as the rest of MYA3 is just going to stay back in their position. They don't want any BS from
I think from Johnson's strategy, it's a lot of mind shaking at this point.
And he lands onto the wall, but then here comes the team fight. He wants to land more blood. Akai, using his ultimate, managed to scrap away any occurrences from the Johnson and the rest of his teammates from XD. And now Cho came in aboard, just kicked a bit. It's a bit of poking, nothing much serious in my own opinion, in my own judgment, but you can see the Fanny is farming inside the jungle.
They want to exhaust, the resources for MYA3. You want to make them desperate, which, you've already shaken them up and it put them in a very defensive position. So right now, you want to make them desperate, you want them to come out. And then at that point, you would think that, okay, MYA3 is kind of reckless, so you shake them up a little bit. You are hoping for them to make mistakes, come out and make mistakes, but instead they became really defensive. So I guess this is the next best thing for you to do. You want to exhaust their resources.
Yep. And Johnson still driving again. You know what? If he keeps on doing this, doesn't he lose like XP and gold?
Okay, the longer he drives, the higher the damage once he lands on someone.
I see.
Yeah, so it is a strategy as well.
But he's been doing that like 2 times in a row, and he's gonna land onto the wall, and a team fight perhaps will happen unless Team XD says, you know what, let's just back out again.
I think it's more of a scouting strat rather than trying to initiate a fight, if anything.
But Johnson, he's much more of the initiator role. If you want scouting, Natalia should be the one that's giving information.
Well,
for the
technically, a
assassins, I mean.
Johnson could escape much better than a Natalia can. And Natalia is quite squishy.
Yep.
So I think it is quite a legit strategy right there. Coming from Team Eksdi. It is something new. Maybe it's a new Johnson meta.
Correct.
We'll never know.
You can see the lot has been taken by Team Eksdi. I'm not sure whether we spot that, but maybe perhaps this is the game that we've been playing. Try to waste time, get the objectives onto our hand, and with the lot right now, they can go for the split push, which Team Eksdi wants to keep down the defenses of Team MY83. You can see that Bob is in the top lane. You can see Kagura is the mid lane, across the lot at the bottom lane. So perhaps they want to take down all turrets in one go.
Well, here comes the grab.
And
It
it's gonna
hits,
hit
and 4 of
here.
them.
And Arkai comes in already trying to stop the aggression. Unfortunately, the turret will fall down, but will save the members of MY83. But MY83 has to be careful because they might lose more turrets in the go. Team Eksdi, perhaps this is the opportunity that they want to pressure in. The Johnson missing again. However, the rest of the members will come in. Burst of blaze, burst of damage coming in for Team Eksdi. Look at the high loss. Very, very low. And Lancelot managed to take down high loss with that skill.
That was really, really impressive right there.
Yeah.
So it is kind of scattered, but at the same time, they are able to pull things together and make it happen. So it's, I think both the teams are equally good. It's
Yes.
very hard to predict who will take the win for this game.
Unfortunately, yeah, Team Eksdi, they're getting 2 turrets off already.
Yeah, Team Eksdi is getting into MYA3's base, but they are backing off at this point.
I'm gonna see a very first 18-minute game, perhaps a 20-minute game, Peach. This is gonna be very, very
Well,
unique.
I'm expecting more of long games
Yeah.
today, actually. A lot of tight games.
And even though I don't really love this overcautious playstyle, but I have to give credit to Team Eksdi. They are playing this in their own pace, their own hands. And here comes Izanagi again.
This is Izanagi's strategy. He will drive off, going around, and then decide which lane he wants to take.
Yep.
And that's when the team actually gathers, and they will fight.
And he
And
will.
He intentionally placed Moskov,
Okay.
even though he has high loss in the car with him.
Was that intentional?
It was intentional. He just swift away.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hit. There are 5 of them there. Let's just go away.
Okay.
So yeah, that was. I think that was Izanagi's. I mean, that's Team Eksdi's plan.
Strat, yeah.
Definitely.
A good strat indeed, like you said, if you decide that the Johnson will be the one that scouts the map and playing mind games with MY83, this is their doing right here. They actually do it really, really well. Even though I feel that Izanagi is driving he needs a bit more polishing. But again, like you said, the mind games, perhaps they are just showing MY83 that they are not really that good. They are not really, very accurate with the Johnson push, but it might be a bit.
Yeah. But I think they're just waiting for a lot before they go for the final push.
Yep. As we are heading into the 20th minute mark, our longest game, all levels are the same for all heroes. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the late game, a first late game in the series, I think in all series as well, and a very first late game entry. You can see that Kagura with the slit of hell, and she's running away for dear life. Then Moscow's ultimate comes in at the wrong timing, and the high loss ultimate then pops. And that's right here, and you can see Natalia taking off one member down as Cho managing to take down another member. Moscow coming in with the mega kill of his own. And now MY83 will punish Team Eksdi because of that lot pushing, and they're gonna fall back and wait for the lot push.
Well, look at the minions, they're already in the base itself. And this gives so much of trouble to Team MYA3. And you have to remember, with Lord around, you have 2 waves of Mega Creep. But I think that will be quite manageable with Moskov and Lancelot around. And Karina, of course, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
If Team Eksdi were to play this lot in their hands, which are having it right now, the lot might be the main threat of taking down the base. and the rest of the members are just playing mind games with Team MYK3, like, you know, sticking on one lane, perhaps taking out the last turret, and the Lord just freely moves into the base and ending the main turret
Yeah.
of the map.
And we do know that it is quite a strategy to split push while the
Correct.
Lord is around. You don't want to push 2 lanes, but
Yes.
now we want 3 lanes.
A bit greedy, but I like it. I like it.
Gotta do what you
And
gotta
here
do.
comes Izanagi already. Well, high loss popping out that ultimate highway. And now the Lord is tanking in for Team Eksdi. Look at Easy Tanker down to the slither of Hell, still surviving, even though the Karina taking down high loss, and more blood will come in. Immortality will pop for Fanny. Unfortunately, it isn't enough because the Lord stays alive and ending the game as a Chinese.
What a first game, man. What a first game to see between MYA3 and also Team Eksdi. I do want to hear from the crowd now that we have 4 people here. How many of you guys like that game? I think, yes, we had a lot of convincing games, Sudo mentioned before, but this was, I think, the most intense game, I would say. Like, it was the closest, it was the longest game. You mentioned it was I think the first game that they all managed to max out their levels, so we got to really see how they would perform, you know, when they have their items and they have, you know, their levels. There's so many things that I do want to talk about, but you guys can talk about the stats first. We have the KDA up here. Is there anything notable you guys want to talk about?
I think Izanagi was quite spectacular.
I think he's MVP because he used up the most petrol. He did drive most of the time. Like, I think half of the game, half of the game, he was just going around the map.
He was scouting a lot,
Yeah.
using his out, scouting. I mean, it's fast, right?
Very smart move. That is a very smart move. And you did mention that part with when he was with high loss. You said that he didn't actually want to target them because he knew if he goes out, he would die. There were 5 people there under the turret. So that's a smart move to
Just evade,
judge it
yeah.
and go away. So we are going to be going into a second game. It could again possibly be the last game if it's another game for XD. But we still have to wait and see. It was really close. I do have a lot of things that I want to mention here. So is it okay? I'll go one by one based on my points, and then I want to get your ideas on this. So MYA3 definitely started out with better economy when it came to turtle. They did take the first 2 turtles. They were really good when it came to gold difference, but slowly XC managed to take over. Even though they had the least amount of kills compared to MY3, their gold difference was higher on the XC side. Why did that happen? What did MY3 did wrong towards the end of the game?
Well, looking at it, actually, MYA3, they were just leading a little bit. So, Team XD just had to focus on what they do, but at the same time, they made MYA3 rotate so much that they were just, from then on, it was just a slow downhill for MYA3. I mean, if you're roaming that much, it takes off that much time, and that equals to money, your gold.
Correct.
So that definitely affected MYA3 in a big way. But then again, Team XD was shaking MYA3 quite a lot in the game.
I do want to mention that Moskov was amazing. Padel was playing on a Moskov. He played on the Saber and Minotaur yesterday. Not so much of a great performance, but today the Moskov was on point. We saw so many times, for example, the high loss kill when he was in the bush. I think if we have a highlight from that, we're going to show the highlights very soon. So if we have that, you guys can see. Why don't you guys take me through the highlights? Let's see what happened over here.
I feel like, MYA3, they started off was on the same footing as Team XD. But if you notice that Team XD played it really cautiously, but at the same time focusing onto objectives. So comparing to maybe a team like AirAsia, Saiyan, they're objectives based, but they're really fast paced. They know they can take the team down, but this is the opposite of it. They are playing it very slowly, but surely, and taking their own sweet time to control the pace of the game. Now, you're speaking of that Moskov was really, really on point. That I agree with you. But now you notice that the farms aren't enough for the rest of the members because the map control has been taken already by Team XD.
That's correct.
Peach has been stressing out on the Johnson, giving information, map control for Team XD, limiting the knowledge of Team MYA3 to further push or to further do anything in order to control the pace of the game.
That's right.
And that leads to the demise. This was I felt it was like a comeback because I feel like, Team XD perhaps did a mistake.
Yeah, Natalia went for the Lord, but then again, MY3 managed to pick up, I think, 2 kills over there with the Chow, and that was a really a great move.
But have to credit to Team Eksdi, right? They have two of the most annoying, if not most difficult to kill tanks
Yeah,
That is
in
correct.
the team. So you have Hylos and you have Johnson. That's like a recipe for.
Annoyance? I don't know what recipe for what.
and like I predicted, like the lot push, so they were like playing mind games, perhaps distracting the members. You know, you can kill our members off, but if the lot stays healthy,
Yeah.
one swing the base turret, what the
Down.
hell?
Yeah.
One more, GG.
Done. Yeah. There's also one more thing that I think is mentionable. It's notable to talk about. Bob and Neo. Yesterday, Team Eksdi when they were playing, Neo was actually playing Fanny. Bob was playing Hylos. This time around, they switched it up. Bob was playing Fanny. Neo was playing Hylos, and it was a much better turnout. Because if you look at yesterday's stats, let me just go back for a second. What do you guys think about the Bob and Neo, the Fanny and the Hylos?
Today?
Yeah.
Well, I think the Hylos was quite exceptional today. Fanny was quite alright, but I still think that the Hylos, the tanks in the game, actually brought on more impact than as compared to Fanny.
That's right. So we have the draft ready right now for our second game. Again, this could be the last game. It is a best of 3 though, so if MYA3 takes this one, we can see the third game. We can see a
ban already
straight
on
up
Natalia.
Natalia ban from MYA3. And, this is, I'm guessing, as a respect ban towards Team
Yeah.
Eksdi. Yeah, they don't want to see that.
But that's the thing, you don't see the Natalia being that productive in the last game.
I think it was a good thing, you have Natalia, which gives you the advantage of keeping your enemy like, oh, where is
Ooh,
Natalia?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
But then at the same time, when you're showing yourself so much and you have Johnson going around, but you kind of keep the suspense right there, you can't really predict when Natalia will be.
That's right.
So in a way, I think it is quite a strategy that can be used as well.
That's right. We mentioned this, Natalia, you don't have to be the most prominent. The fact that you're there, you help split push, or you help, in some of the team fights, that's enough. We had that in the previous games. Now we can see a Fanny ban straight up from MYA3 as well. They don't want to base that Fanny again. We talked about this. Bob on that Fanny was amazing. Talking about that, I have the stats back up. Bob on Hylos was 142 kill death assist, and Neo on the Fanny was 040. So no kills yesterday with Neo on the Fanny, but this time around it was amazing, the switch that they made.
Angela has been banned, and now Guson is available.
They
I know. Guson.
Moskov, man, I want to see Fidel on that
I want to
Moskov.
see them first.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're gonna go first pick with
I
that.
feel like Moskov could be a later pick.
Yeah,
but
exactly. I
not
don't
now.
think they're gonna go with the first
Yeah.
pick.
Well, you might want to fight for the tanks. The tanks, you have
Yep.
Johnson open, you have Hylos open,
Yep.
Gushin, Lancelot.
Yeah. And okay, if it goes to Gusan, oh my god.
Yay!
Gusan is back.
Guson is back.
But now they have left Johnson open for Izanagi to drive around once again.
Yep.
For Team Eksdi, I'm not too sure. Well, we have a come to Papa Lancelot right
Oh,
here.
No.
Just
Not
tease
for sure.
off.
Guys, he's playing with
He's
your
playing with
feelings.
us.
Demand for it. Demand for the Lancelot. I think he heard how
I think
the switch,
Yeah.
stop playing feelings. I mean, stop playing with our feelings.
And they will
Okay.
lock on
Halkert.
onto the Lancelot and Halkert. Very, very good choice. I like the silent combo with the finishing of Lancelot in it.
We have not seen them pick Hellcard yesterday, so this is going to be something new in the playoffs. Do you guys remember them picking any Hellcard during the regular season? Team X? No, right? I don't know per se myself.
I can't really remember,
recall
but
it.
I guess we have to ask our stat man
Our
later.
stat
Later
pseudo
on.
later on.
Of our assassins of Team XD for Helton. But then again, MYA3 did try a free assassin pick before, and they tried it again yesterday.
Yep.
Hopefully they will not try to go with that.
Let's pray for that. I mean,
Okay,
you
so-
already have the Cyclops and Lolita being locked on.
I managed to communicate with our statman Pseudo, and he said that towards the end of the season, they did pick up the Hellcard, and they had a few decent games with it. So
Okay.
we do want to expect something good. We do see a Lolita on the other side. Peach, aren't you just happy right now?
Of course.
Aren't you just happy to see a Lolita? But I'm guessing H-Sector will go with the Lolita? Not sure.
Not too sure. I think we still have to see the remaining two picks. We have Oh, come on.
Wow.
Gupta, seriously. Are you
Alice.
gonna... Oh, they
Archive.
locked in an Alice.
Why not?
I like the
Alice
Alice. I like the
Lapu
Alice.
Lapu
I
was
really
a
like
false
this.
hope.
Yeah, I know. But we did see Alice yesterday with different teams, and it was pretty damn successful with those teams as
It
well.
works really well because when you have the archive to come and initiate the stuff, and you have a silencer into Helcurt, you can Alice and Lancelot to finish off the enemies
But
from
they do
the
have
angle.
a Diggy to counter.
Peach, what's happening there?
Lapu Lapu.
Uh-oh. Are we gonna see that? Oh yes.
Oh.
So, judging from yesterday's game, Diggy was picked as well by MYA3 by East Tanker. 134 was the record, and Lolita was played by Ashley 153. But hopefully this time around we'll see better stats coming from them. Hayabusa on the other side, Team Eksdi.
Oh, they're gonna choose Hayabusa already. So we are gonna have 3 assassins
Yeah.
from TXD taking a page out of the textbook of MYA3.
So the 3 assassin thing, we saw that happen yesterday. What were the results?
For MYA3, they couldn't execute the triple assassin.
Yep.
But hopefully today, Team XD, they can show us. We did see the game earlier.
Yep.
They did
It's
try a 3 assassin thing also.
It worked
so
out.
hopefully this time around they can show us a good show, perhaps.
Yep, I think this is going to be an interesting one because once again, this is MYA3 going up against Team X. These games have been this past game was very close, and these two teams have been very close as well when it comes to the regular season. Before we jump in, you've seen the draft. It's time for your predictions. KBC, what's it going to be?
It's gonna be Team XD. I really love their
I'm gonna give
AoEs.
some loving to MYA3, so my choice will be MYA3. And here we are in the game right now. We have MYA3 on the blue side and Team XD on the red side.
And the turtle has spawned in the top side of the map. My favorite part of the map, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations.
I know, finally, as we're gonna hit to game 2. So you can see the matchups a bit in the 2-1-2 setup again for most of the teams, but they're gonna converge around the mid lane perhaps to support one another. And it's very, very interesting to see how Helcurt and Alice will be in one lane. I was expecting
That's quite a good.
Arkai in, because you see, if Arkai and Helcurt would be in, it would be very nice, as Helcurt is able to kill off the damage, but now you have to share the loot with Alice.
But having Alice and Helcurt in the same lane, it means that they are gonna be aggressive.
Yep.
So that will be a good push. You want to put a lot of pressure on MYA3, especially when they have a Gossen in their team. You don't want Gossen to get past.
Yes.
So that is something that they have to prevent. And they will try to go for Hermit right here. Lancelot secures the Hermit. Well, they are going to go against Cyclops and Lolita, but I'm not sure if it will be very effective. It's kind of a bit too early to tell. What do you think?
I feel like a Lolita and Cyclops will work because Cyclops has a very high damage output if he's farmed really well, and Lolita can provide that defense. While you said there's an offensive Lolita we have seen in the game, so that's actually a very good matchup. I still don't really like the top matchup. The top matchup, I feel like it's not very nice. As you can see, as I say top, look at that, the whole, at least 4 members over there, and they want blood. However, Neo won't fall to the hands of Gusan, and this will come deadly for Team XD. Team XD were running for their dear lives, even though Lancelot is chasing down Jeremy's. Oh, Cyclops, and the Cyclops still survive.
Well, Come to Papa is calling for more blood. And let's have a look at the bottom lane right there, where Lapu Lapu and Hayabusa are going head to head. So we do have a pause coming through.
And
We do
now,
have a pause coming through right here.
you're gonna wait.
Alright, I'm back.
Hi, welcome back.
Thank
Hey,
you
hello.
so much. So, walk me through what happened there.
First blood. Team XD wanted to get the kill, wanted to hunt into the bush, but they got caught off that.
Yeah.
So MY3 took the first blood.
With
The thing
Gusan.
is, oh my god, you and your Gusan, Peach, can you make him stop?
But maybe we should knock him on the head.
Oh.
Gushin.
Do it.
Gushin. Oh.
Okay, see, it's a Gushin now. I think this is what happened last game as well. Towards the early game, we said that MY3 kind of managed to pick up the gold, the kills. But then towards the end of the game, Eksdi came back up. So hopefully we won't see that happen again. I mean, MY3 has to do some. Maybe if they got the first one, they can follow up from there and not lose that, momentum that they have managed to get in the first part of the game. Now, I do want to touch on the fact that we are in Wanutama right now. There might be a lot of you guys watching online. If you're sitting at home, if you're lazy, don't be lazy. I know you're asking in the comments. Sudo was telling us, you guys are asking in the comments for skins, for a lot of things. This is the place you come and get it, right? What can they get? KBC Peach, tell me.
Well, we do have a Cyclops skin and Argus.
Yes, and not only that, they do have physical items as well. They have the MPL lanyard, which Peach is wearing here a bit.
And
of
we have
course
the shirts and everything,
Yeah, and we also have Biomedic Rafaela skin.
Right, we actually have a lot. Like, if I want to remember, it's just too much to remember. There's a Wheel of Fortune there.
I'm just gonna go there. I think I.
No, Peach. You stay with us, man. Don't leave us here.
I was about to say get some goodies as well, so I can let you go, but nah, too bad.
There's a lot of stuff happening here, not just that. If you come down here, you get to be part of this amazing event where you get to see the teams right here.
Correct.
And they actually sit right in the front. I don't know if you guys saw the shots. They sit right in the front, so you guys can maybe sneak through and take a photo and take a selfie with them. Did you guys take any selfies with them?
They're really, really friendly. I got a picture with Saiyan.
A picture? Just one?
I mean, you can't.
They stamped my photos. Like, I have like 1,000 views already.
Goodness.
No,
1,000 photos?
We can't stop them, we have to give them time to prep for the game,
I don't know. I just go in and take my selfies. I don't mind. Dude, they are taking selfies themselves most of the time. Like, I see AirAsia saying was just taking selfies most of the time. See, these guys are happy. Look at them. Hello. Don't be shy. Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Peace sign going out there. More peace signs. So, yeah, that guy was taking a selfie. Did you see that? Did you see that? He was taking a selfie.
How would you know?
He was taking a
might be
picture.
taking a picture of his
Yeah.
No, you never know. He was pasting himself. I feel like he was taking a selfie. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you have to, come down here, watch these games live. This is the best experience that you can ever get. And this is the first MPL Malaysia and Singapore. This is the time you find out who's going to be crowned champions of Malaysia and Singapore.
Yep.
Right? And do you have any predictions from you guys? I think I did discuss this when Suno was on the table. I don't know which one of you were here, but we did discuss who do you think is going to go up to the grand finals. If you were to give me two predictions, the top two teams that will make it to the grand finals, based on the things that you've seen so far, I know it's a hard question.
It is very, very hard, but KBC, what do you have?
Wow.
Pushing
that was
the
fast.
pressure.
If you want to look at the standings, right, from the regular season, of course, if you look at the top, you have AirAsia Saiyan, you have IDNS and all that. But I'll start first. I think one of the teams that I think is going to make it up there, based on the game yesterday, is, I'm sorry, I have to take your team, Tyrants from Singapore. They played so well yesterday, and I got to say, if I do want to see them play again, and I do hope they make it to the grand finals. That's one team from my side. KBC, give me one of your teams in the grand finals.
IDNS.
IDNS SG, okay?
Yep.
That's it? No comments? Just like IDNS SG?
Powerhouse teams.
Okay.
I want to see a Malaysia and Singapore rivalry over there.
Okay, alright. If Tyrants go up there, it's going to be Singapore, bro.
Oh, perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
That could happen. That could possibly
Which means
happen.
I revealed my other team that I want to go into the grand finals.
Tyrants?
No, the Malaysian
the
team.
Malaysian team. Well, there's so many of them, dude.
Go figure out. Now let's go into the pitch.
I actually want to see AirAsia Saiyan
And
Tyrants.
why are you looking at Sudo?
I'm not
Stop
sure.
looking at Sudo. You can't look at Sudo. Sudo's giving you like hand signals. What is it?
I have no idea what this is.
Is that a heart? That's a heart.
FYA.
Wait, so that's what Sudo wants, or that's what you want?
I think he wants it.
And you just
He
translated
wants
it
it.
because he's like, okay, all right. So we all have our own, ideas of who we think is gonna win. But if you are in the comments, let us know who you think is gonna win. Give us a hashtag of your favorite team, and then maybe we'll read it later. I do want to go and watch the comments right now. Do you guys have anything you want to say about this match? I mean, this is the second game. All right.
3 words. Do or die.
Okay, that makes sense.
Summary lah, the whole
Actually,
thing.
you know what? I do want to change the topic. We did talk about this game a lot. Let's move on to the upcoming games. After this, we do want to go into the upper brackets right after this. This is going to be AirAsia Saiyan and MYA. Any predictions on that side? We've seen both of these games 2-0 yesterday. Who's it going to be? AirAsia Saiyan or MYA?
I'm tied down.
I think that is going to be one of the most interesting matches today. It's going to be a Malaysia versus Malaysia match.
Well, the next one is just as interesting. It's Tyrants against
Oh, yeah,
IDNS.
oh, wait. In the meantime, we got a cosplayer over there. Hello.
Hi, Mia.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get caught up again by the bush or something.
Yeah, no. Be careful, Mia.
Just be careful.
Mia. I think she's caught in the bush right now. She can't move there.
Well, technically, if you see her, she's like camoing inside the crowd, right? Like, whoa. And it's blue some more.
Is he taking a selfie or not? See, I can't tell.
No, he's taking a picture of the stage. Can you show us your phone? Are you taking a selfie? No, he
No,
can't.
peace sign.
Peace sign. Peace out.
That's
I
nice.
don't want to get involved in this Faraz peach fight.
So, back to the topic. AirAsia Saiyan, MYA, who's it going to be? Maybe, you know what? How about we place a bet? Alright? I'll give you an MPL shirt if you get the prediction right. Okay? KBC, Peach, who is going to win, AirAsia Saiyan or MYA? And if you both pick the same team, what is going on? More Mia actions.
So cute, he's so shy.
Don't be so shy, man.
No worries, buddy.
Aw.
I can learn that.
Okay, so
why don't we ask the people here? Let's ask the crowd.
Okay, all right.
So don't put the pressure on us.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Peach, why don't you ask them and see what they think?
Okay. Do we get cheers for that?
Yeah, let's get cheers and see which one's louder.
Let's go with who thinks Team AirAsia Saiyan will win later. Can we get a woo?
AirAsia Saiyan, come on! Okay.
The Saiyan family has arrived now.
What about MYA? It's hard to tell. I got the headphones on. I really can't tell, but
it's gonna be.
I love to team both of the teams as well. It's difficult to choose.
But here's the thing. In conclusion, we're gonna have a very, very action-packed civil war later onwards for both Malaysia and Singapore.
You know, I do want to say that today's games, I'm guessing, will be even more interesting than yesterday ones, because yesterday, yes, we did have a lot of good, clean fights, but they were all 2-0, 2-0, 2-0,
Correct.
dominating, stomping games. Whereas today is more intense. You have longer games. You have games where you actually see the different strategies being tested in the game. Izanagi drives, like 1 hour drives around the map. There's so many different things that you wouldn't be able to see yesterday. Yesterday was just one-sided most of the matches.
Today we will see a lot of mind games, new strategies. We won't know. Yesterday might just be like a topping.
Exactly.
And icing on the cake.
And a lot of new heroes that are being picked up as well. Like the Moskov was the first one that we saw. And if I'm not mistaken, we are into the game. So Peach and KBC, take it away.
See, ladies and gentlemen, we are back into the game as there's a 200 goal lead from Team Eksdi, even though they lost the first blood. Team Eksdi using the top lane strat for that turtle picking, and they will get the kill for turtle.
Right, either MYA3, they need to do, they need to respond to Team Eksdi's aggression properly, but not being reckless. So that is something that they really need to work on and fix.
Things that fix sometimes, they don't have the time to fix it, but I feel like they could have adapted into a situation.
Well, you have to think on your toes.
Yes, correct.
You need to be prepared for this kind of situation. You can't just, and here we do have a Lolita.
The ultimate here, and Hayabusa is in a bit of a trouble. Punta running for his dear life and will get slayed down by Lapu Lapu. And more blood buffs coming in. Gusan or Gushan losing to the hands of Lancelot, the silver hair knight in the making.
Well, they are pushing the top lane. They really want it. That is a good move, but that also means that by MYA3 letting go their top lane, the first turret, it also means they allow Alice and Halka to roam around lanes. They have even more space, and there is like a little hole for them to get into their jungle, to steal their resources away. So, yeah, MYA3, they need to think fast, they need to act fast, and not just stay back and be reckless if they want to take this win.
Unfortunately, MYA3 isn't one of the teams that wants to play it very cautiously, and like I did mention at the time, their play style runs a lot of ambushes. somewhat similar to their brother and sister team, which is Mistress Assassin, but a less impactful one. And like, if you are so focused in camping around the bushes and around lanes that you aren't securing, you're gonna lose farm, you're gonna lose gold, you're gonna lose control of your turrets, and they will slowly drop and drop down into the ground. You can see that Team Eksdi pushing into the turtle, which spawned on the south side, on the bottom side of it, and then there will be a steal coming in, and Goshen Cruz will come in with that turtle slaying. Lancelot will punish Team MYA3 with the kill onto Lapu Lapu, and they're just gonna fall back. However, a 1 kill to 1 turtle kill, I feel that the turtle kill is much more worth it.
Yeah, I think it was quite reasonable. The fact that at least it was Lapu Lapu that went down. They will try to get Bob right here, but the out gets cancelled and Gushen secures the kill.
Gushen.
You and your
Yeah, I just got word from production. They say it's Gushen already, so I can't use Gusan. But at the matter of time, if let's say I do get hype, I will continue to use Gusan as Gushen gets the kill. He is 2-1-0. Perhaps leading the fray of the KDAs. Hunta tower diving back into the mid lane. He doesn't want any more trouble from MYA3. They have a lot of disables out there. And the Lord will start to respawn on the 57th second.
Well, it looks like MYA3 and Team Eksdi, they want to fight, they want engagements, but they are very unsure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hesitation going on. They need to drop that. You go farm or you go kill. Push lane. So they need to make up their mind and start acting on it fast, because who do you think, which team do you think, if a late game comes in, it will be on whose favor?
I feel the favor will still go to Team Eksdi. Like, you have a lot of high first damage heroes here. SL Archive running away from trouble. Unfortunately, taken down by Gushen. Correct me if I'm wrong, Peach. And like you said, even though the team fights are very, very slow paced, because you can see that MYA3, they aren't confident to take fights, because like you said, maybe a bit overcommitment and regulars on there. Like there isn't any confidence in them to take this type of reckless fights. While Team Eksdi, on the other hand, I feel like they are benefiting from the slow
Ini lu
pace
siaran
game
langsung,
that they're
Dit?
trying to play like the first game.
Hah?
Yeah, it is
Lu
a
streaming
lot
di
of
mana sih lu
hesitation
gini?
from
Lu streaming
both
gitu terus?
sides.
Iya, gue masukin itu.
They really need to.
Lu streaming dari mana?
Dari
Wow.
Look at that, we got Mia and Ruby up on stage. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yes, Mia does that.
Dari
like
Facebook
that.
lu
I like
linkin
how
ke
she's
YouTube.
just really
Gua pakai
embracing.
OBS.
Yeah.
Cosplaying takes a lot of role playing in it.
It's not just
Jadi
about
nih online-nya di channel lu nih.
Risik
dress up,
lah.
it's also
Kedenger
you
apa?
embrace the character, yeah, the hero, and you act like you live the life
Oh, ini ada
of
ini, ada
Mia
suaranya.
and Ruby.
Lu bukannya komentarin.
This is what cosplaying is, man.
Baru
Yeah,
ini
I
tuh,
mean,
baru
I
juga. Yang
hands
nontonnya
down,
masih
to
dua baru.
cosplayers.
Hmm?
I think
Yang nonton
Ikuto
masih
wants
3
to be a
orang.
Wakanda
Yeah.
on the stage.
We do have, yeah,
Mesin.
Ikuto does cosplay sometimes. We've seen him.
You
what
should,
would be
you
the-
should
tampilannya
bring him
bukan
up
kayak
to
gitu,
stage
Tom.
Here's the
later.
thing, what hero he should cosplay? That's the thing. That's the topic that we should talk.
Black Panther. Like, I think he is a good Black Panther. We've seen him in that Black Panther, and he did fail at that Sledgehammer game, but I guess we could try again.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can.
But Peach, what about you? You did want to cosplay as Aurora, if I'm not mistaken, but then today you didn't bring your bunny ears or something, your fox ears.
Oh, Ikuto didn't bring his fox ears for me.
Yeah, you didn't. Ikuto, why? Why did you do that?
I have no words on what they're talking about, but
Okay.
I want to be back in the game. I want to talk about the game recently.
Yeah.
So if you notice a very slow pace, unsureness of whether to commit into the team fights, like I said, Team Eksdi, it's benefiting towards them because they are playing that slow pace game, going for objectives, turrets, then after the Lord, and then turtles, yada yada yada. While on MYA3 side, they cannot risk going in for over aggression already. So I feel like if this continues on, Team Eksdi might or will win the game in general.
That's right. And even in the comments, people are asking us to cosplay as Balmint for some reason. I don't know, Jason.
Statman.
They want our Statman to cosplay as. We did say that Pseudo can do a Balmint, right?
Yes,
Can pull off a
we
Balmint.
did.
Yeah, maybe I'll go with the Roger. You guys told me that. The
Yeah.
Roger could fit me. Now, sorry, I know you wanted to talk about the game,
No
so
worries.
let's go into the game. Suno, what, sorry,
Medyo
Ta ta ta.
what do you think about the game so far? He did mention that these guys are not committing as they were in the first game. What is the reason for that? Is it because of the draft? How different it is compared to the first game?
I think both sides are just very shaky right now. They are a lot of hesitation going on. Then again, this is the game that you don't want to lose because once you lose, you're out. This is your last chance.
That's right.
So I guess there's just a lot of self. What's that word?
Self-esteem.
Yeah, you know, that confidence is
Yeah.
just not there. You doubt yourself a lot, and they need to stop that. You know, do it. You know, do die. Just do it. All in.
But you did mention about the over-committing part and the over-aggression, which kind of cost them a lot of deaths. So
Well,
how
that's
does it balance
coming
out?
only from MYA, but
Yeah.
you see, the hesitation is actually quite a killer. And the hesitation that's going on right now is that we're both standing on different sides of the river, and
Papay-tapin lagi. Okay.
we're like, maybe I should throw it off.
Yeah. An orange over the river, but guys have to change. Maybe they can listen to us and change up their strategy or something. I want to ask something specific. Bob is playing Helker this time around. Of course, when Fanny was banned, he doesn't have the choice to go with Fanny anymore. How do you guys like the performance of the Helker?
I'm trying to figure out what Eksdi can do. I feel like in this very fast pace of meta game. And have the end the game below 15 minutes at the very least right now from the average timing. I feel like if Team XD can continue with this particular slow push, not to say that I don't agree to your point in terms of going in for the tills, going in for the tower dives, if they are really unsure, just go for it, believe in yourself. But I feel like if they were to keep on to this slow pace meta, it might benefit them because not all teams will benefit from the fast paced meta. Not all teams can adapt to that fast push tempo.
Right.
So maybe, just maybe, Team XD found the calling saying that, hey, we've been doing this wrong. Let's try a different way. Let's get other teams to follow our slow pace game and let's see how it works out for them.
That's right, and we did expect more slow-paced games today. Not to say they're slow-paced, but because the teams have kind of matched up with their strength, it's not the top and the bottom team of the standing anymore. So you do expect longer games because you don't want a one-sided game here. You can't have a one-sided game. Technically, it shouldn't be possible. Now, I do want to bring up the fact that Lapu Lapu was picked up yesterday once by Facebook, and it was let me see, a 304. The performance was pretty decent. How do you like the Lapu Lapu this time around? How does it fit the draft?
This game,
Yeah.
I think it's still a bit too early to tell because of the hesitation that they are facing. They refuse to engage. They're just waiting at the corner. So it's just very scattered at this point. It's very difficult to just say like, this Lapu Lapu is better or yesterday's Lapu Lapu was better. So they need to just stay firm, of course calculated movements, but make it a point where if you think this is a bad idea, give it like maybe a 15 seconds buffer, and if you think this is a bad idea, back off.
Yeah.
Stop standing around, you know, at the bush waiting and waiting, because disasters do happen when
Yeah.
you do that. Yeah.
Including that, you're losing gold, you're losing XP.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we talked about that. You don't want to waste your time. I mean, you only have so much time. Some of the games that we had here were 9 minutes. You know,
Yeah.
less than 10 minutes. I think a lot of the games that we had were less than 10 minutes. So if you spend, let's say, total of 1 minute or like 40 seconds or 30 seconds, you know, roaming around or in the bush, you don't want to have that, or waiting.
Yeah.
We did have games where people were just waiting to punish the other team. They just
Like,
waited for so long, and nothing happened, and they just ended up losing gold, and then it turned out to be, you know, something bad for them. So you don't want to
For us,
have that.
like the saying goes, time is money.
Time is money, definitely.
Bawa apa sih?
Specifically in games like this, you don't
Bawa
want to
apa ya?
lose money. Um, is there anything else noticeable about the match? I mean, the problem is we haven't gone so much into the match yet, so
Correct.
there's not much we can say. I don't think there's anything. Let's go back to the topic that we had before the break, the previous break.
Okay.
I did ask you guys for predictions, if you remember.
Ah.
Yeah, I did ask you guys for predictions.
So I revealed one already, right?
You did, yeah, you did say you want IDNS up there, right?
Yeah, and maybe the finals, I want MYA as the Malaysia representative for the grand finals. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yep, I'm really astonished by their performance yesterday against Team Steve Burden. I know there's a technical error, right? Takes a lot of toll, but you see that how MYA play it very cool
Okay.
and try to, you know, win the games instantly.
No, that makes perfect sense. I mean, like, it's crazy because most of the people that I ask for predictions, what they say is like, I want to go with the strongest teams. I want to go with, you know, AirAsia Saiyan or the ones at the top of the standings. But then you went with the MYA IDNS SG. We're going to go for a very short break after this. But before that, I want to ask about your prediction. Top 2 teams. Come on, give it to me.
Come on, bitch.
Come on.
Saiyan and Tyrants.
Saiyan and it's Tyrants because you just like to watch the
No,
Tyrants play.
I'm not that
Or is it
way.
like a Saiyan fanny plays that you just love so much?
Let's just keep it, you know, off camera. we had that talk, Faraz.
Okay, fine. You know what? All right, we'll keep it off camera. Fine. We'll come back to this topic again and ask you because you didn't give me a proper answer, the detail. But this was our predictions. All right, we're gonna go for a very short break. In the meantime, let us know in the comments. I'll make sure I'll check the comments. Who do you think is gonna take the MPL Malaysia and Singapore? We're gonna go for a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Makan dikit ya. Nanti dari sini kok.